Hello and welcome. Today we're doing a VOD review on Dorado. Looks like a Platinum Diva. I've never seen this video before, so I'll be commenting in real time. So let's get into it. Very cool. The single tank and 3 DPS and 2 healers. This is becoming more and more common. I've been seeing this a lot lately. It's really cool. I love Junkrat. I used to play him a lot. On this map, it's not horrible. I'm trying to think about everyone else. This can work. Let's kind of talk about how you need to play generally as Diva with a comp like this. You're running the Ana, you have a Mercy. Okay, so normally I would suggest as Diva, your job as Diva is kind of like a to run around putting out fires. Like, you know, if you see any soldiers or roadhogs, you kind of go and deal with them. And, you know, if you see like a Tracer collapsing on like your Zenyatta, you can help them out. So, you know, Diva can be like a deep frontliner. She can be, you know, helping out her backline, just kind of in the middle of things, running around wherever she's needed. In this particular case, the only person who's going to be super deep is Tracer, right? But Tracer can more or less take care of herself. You don't really need to be babysitting her like you would, say, a Winston. Like a Winston goes in deep, you probably want to follow up with him. Because you have no Winston, you're mainly going to be staying back and protecting your backline. So that's Junkrat, Soldier, Ana, Mercy. Ideally, they won't be clumped up in a ball. They'll be kind of separated nicely. They'll have some nice spacing. It is solo queue, though, so you never know. So basically, you just want to be helping them out and just kind of stay near them and kind of bodyguard them. So you don't want to get too far from, you know, this group of 4. So, yes, let's let this run. Cool. And just a side note, I want you every once in a while to like turn around and just make sure that, you know, you're in position to help them, because it is solo queue, so, you know, communication won't be on point. So every once in a while, just turn around and make sure, you know, your teammates are where you think they are. Or sorry, where they are, that they are where you think they are. Okay. Nice. No, don't shoot that. Okay. I mean, not horrible, but she was fishing. So actually, let's talk about that for a second. So it's really important that you understand when Zaryas are fishing for charge versus when, you know, they need to be taken down immediately, like when they're using it more defensively. So this is a clear case of her just fishing for ultimate charge, or sorry, energy, excuse me. She's not protecting anyone. She's not really in a good position to do damage. So really here in this case, I would say, actually it's kind of tricky because again, it's solo queue. But in my opinion, if I saw this, I wouldn't bother shooting this. This to me is silly. I would wait the 2 seconds and then start shooting her. You know, if this was a different, yeah. So in this particular situation, basically just there's no reason to shoot her, in my opinion. All right. Actually, let me just make sure that you work. Yeah, so you put in a little bit of damage, but not a lot. So you stopped pretty early, so not too bad. Okay, so right now, I would say you're tunneling a little bit too hard on that Zarya. So I don't mind that you dropped down to help Soldier, but I think you did it a little prematurely. That Soldier dropping down was a huge mistake. He should absolutely not have done that. He gave up his high ground way too easily. Zarya is like so happy that both of you just dropped down to try to deal with her. That was she's probably like, yay, like I did my job, but like really shouldn't have taken that bait. So I would have liked to see you stay up a little bit higher and kind of see, like kind of what we talked about, see who needs help, right? Like act more as a bodyguard. Instead, you're kind of 1v1 in Zarya, and guess what? Zarya, you know, she's probably gonna win that more often than not. So not a good 1v1 situation for you. So as a tank right now, you're kind of, you know, you're not doing what your team needs you to be doing. I would have liked you to like turn around, see where your teammates are, and see who needed help. Instead you just kind of tunneled on Zarya there. So, all right. Oh, it looks like your team's trickling. Oh, you guys are just trickling in. So you probably need to back up and stop this trickle. Yeah. Probably just backed up there. Now your team is probably just going to keep trickling. Tracer's dead now. So the snowball continues. I need you to just wait for your team. Okay, yeah, this is fine. Again, I want you to turn around and see where your teammates are. That's going to help you decide how you need to position, what ultimates you can use, what abilities you need to use, and things like that. So far, I haven't seen you turn around once. And as a tank, it's really important that you understand how your team is set up positionally. It's going to allow you to make better decisions. Okay, so I don't know how this ult's going to work out. I'm not a huge fan of it. So I don't like D.Va ultimates to be used to open up a fight. Unless the team has a clear strategy about how, because D.Va ultimate is going to create zones, right? So unless your team really knows how they're going to like engage on one side of the zone or on one angle of the zone, ultimating up, especially in solo queue, opening up a fight with D.Va ultimate is like super silly to me. You can of course just get lucky and get kills here, but the higher up you go, these strategies will work less and less. So we'll see if it works out. Oh, you got a kill, nice. So, well, that's fine. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Nice, nice, nice. That's a good dive. So, interesting thing that just happened. Genji just, ultimated on your back line. What do you do as D.Va? Actually, to be honest, I think you're making the right call here. D.Va has a horrendous time dealing with Genji, especially in the position that you were in after you just killed the hog. To go help out with Genji. You don't have a lot to offer. Obviously, you can't DM anything, so I think what you're doing is great so far. In this case, so this is good. Oh, you gotta find those targets though. Oh, oh, so this whole time you probably should have just chased. I think that was Lucio. Who was that? Yeah, so you heard Lucio, I think. Sorry, the quality's not so great, so I'm kind of having a hard time looking. But I think you should have just chased that Lucio there. So like those entire, let's see, like, let's count it. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So like about 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so for a really long time, not doing a whole lot here. I needed you to just, probably chase that Lucio or just jump on the Zarya. There's no one on the cart here, so you're not doing a whole lot. See if you can, okay. Yeah, chaser, good. Just wait for the thing. Nice, 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 nice. Get those DMs. Good, good, good. Okay, wait for your heals though. Wait for your heals. No. Okay. Oh, and she gave you the nano boost with 11 health. Okay. Just right now, just wait like 2 seconds and get some heals before you jump in. No, this is so risky, my friends. Okay, you're healed up more now. Okay, you're fine. You're fine. I would have waited for at least one Ana left click to hit me first before I was gonna jump in there. So it worked out though. Still, in my opinion, you could have easily lost your D.Va suit for just yeah. You heard a hook. Did you? I think you DM'd it. Let me see that again. Wait, I think he missed his hook actually. All right. So there was no left click to DM. Sorry. Oh, good. Excellent. Yeah, sorry if I'm missing some things. It's just the quality's not so great, so it's kind of hard to see. All right. Oh, and you got a Zarya now. That's great. All right, so it feels like a fight's about to break off because they're getting breakout because they're getting very aggressive. So you're gonna want to use your D.Va ultimate as the fight is starting or like mid-fight. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, help him out, help him out. Good, good, good. Nice. Good, 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 good. Get that DM. Oh no! Let me see that. Oh, you got booped. I see, I see. Okay, yeah. So I think you might have DM'd him. I don't know. Roadhog can't one-click people anymore, so maybe you didn't get that DM. Interesting. So you decided not to use your... trying to think if that was the right call. I probably... What's the kill feed at? I probably would have used it, actually. You guys can still bring this back. That being said, you do have Roadhog here to get a bunch of left clicks into, and it's really easy to get your Diva suit back when a Roadhog is near you. So 50-50. I think an ultimate here is warranted just to get your suit back quicker. But I think what you're doing is fine too. Work on it, work on it, work on it, work on it. Nice. I'd like to see you AD strafe a little bit there. Just a little bit. I don't like players to stand still at any time. Good, you got your suit back. Nice. Get those DMs. Good. Hold on to that ult. Hold on to the ult. Hold on to the ult. Nice, you turned around. I like that. So you saw your team was with you. Now get... No! No. Oh, wait, what? How did you get Zarya? Oh, she got... Oh, I guess she was out of position. Okay, good. No, nice. Still, I think, you know, obviously you had nano boost. You should have held on to that for a while. Get the Mercy. Whoa. Actually, I'm not quite sure. I don't. Oh, but they got the Lucio ult. Okay, actually, you're probably in stall mode now because I think you guys lost this. Actually, I'm not quite sure what this why you took this position. I would probably just stall in the cart right now. It's unlikely that your team's gonna bring this back. The cart, the cart, the cart. Okay, so you just made a pretty big mistake there. You had a couple of options. One was to literally just run away from the fight and get ready for the next fight, which is probably your best option, to be honest. Second option was to just stall the cart. That would have been okay. Nothing wrong with stalling generally. Those are actually probably your two best options. You just kind of got away from the cart, and then now they might kill you here, and you just might stagger your team more. So actually, this was a really big mistake. Actually, we'll see how it turns out though. Yeah, you actually. Oh, you're dead. Oh, this might be worse actually. Oh no, it's gonna waste more time. Oh man. Okay, so the moment you decided to not stall or to not fall back, and like it was the moment when you went up onto that balcony on that left side, you might have just cost your, like, actually that kind of mistake probably allows them to get this full push now. On this push, they're probably just gonna snowball it. So you have to be so careful about your decisions when it comes to when the payload is close to pushing on a point. You have to be so careful about the decisions you make around that time, because it could be the difference between them getting the next point, like the following point, or holding them, after they get that initial point. So in this case, they were about to get point B, and because you kind of hesitated and you went away from the cart, now you're in danger of losing point C pretty quickly. As opposed to if you just run away, regrouped with your team, great, they get point B, but then you have a really nice hold immediately after they get point B, right? Like in this area, you can hold after this gate falls down, or after the payload passes that gate. So this is probably your biggest mistake in the entire match, and it might cost your team the match. Okay, you got the high ground. It's good. It's good. I like this. The DM. Oh no, my friend. Okay. Boom, right there. You hear her get hooked. You got to DM to the right and get that left click. Yeah. So now she's dead. Oh. Where's her Mercy? I guess they're just... I don't know, actually. Okay. So yeah, so that mistake... Well, actually, that lack of DM for the Pharah was huge. That was a really big mistake. You could have saved her completely from that. The other thing is, you went up on that ledge to the left again. It's not horrible. I'm trying to think of what I'd rather have you do. And to be honest, I'd kind of rather just have you be an extra bodyguard, like just a literal kind of meat shield. Actually, let's take a step back. Let's take a step back. Let's look at that one more time. So like, okay, so right here, you chase her, right? And you're like, okay, I'm gonna go up here. This is not a bad move by any means. It's not something bad. But right now, what your team needs is for you to probably just be right here by this door, or sorry, this wall right here. That way you kind of, get some line of sight blocking from your opponents. You're still in line of sight from your healers to be healed, and you block the cart, right? Because when the cart gets here, you're going to be blocking it, or stopping it rather, and you're just using LOS to minimize a lot of damage. You're just going to poke out, come back to this wall, poke out, come back to this wall while DMing, and kind of just generally just acting as a meat shield. Instead, you kind of go away from the fight and try to kill this Pharah. And, if you did kill Pharah, okay, cool, but you weren't even close to killing her. Actually, I mean, you were kind of close to killing her, but I think the better play here is your team just needs someone to block the cart and act as a meat shield against Roadhog and, whoever else. It's not bad that you're going for Pharah. Like, that's not a horrible play, but right now what your team needed was for you to just block the cart. Yeah. And not just block the cart, but to create space. So as D.Va and like Winston, all tanks, what they do is they create space. Instead, you were trying to be like more, okay, I'm gonna just kill this Pharah. So like, you're trying to be more like DPS, assassin kind of thing, which D.Va can't really do, right? Like, she can't really bring Pharah down by herself. That's a really big ask of D.Va to do that. She's great against Pharah, right? Like, she can eat rockets, she can get up in there and do damage, but it's supplementary damage. Like, you're gonna need like a soldier or someone else to help you bring down that Pharah. Doing it alone was just too big of an ask for D.Va. So yeah, so you were much better off just creating space for your team, using LOS, blocking the cart, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So I don't have too much more time to work on your VOD, so let's just watch a little bit more, and then we'll wrap it up.
Go. Soldier first. Genji. Genji, 1 HP, come in, Genji, 1 HP.
Cool. So that's a pretty good example of when to engage onto like opponents on the high ground and whatnot. Soldiers consuming, so you're dealing with two resources, Soldier and and Mercy for the price of one, right? I don't think you were getting any heals during this time, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so this whole time, well, most of this time, you're consuming two resources for the price of one, Soldier and Mercy for the D.Va. That's a really good exchange. Not to mention, Soldier can't hurt any of your teammates. So excellent. Yes, that is a good use of your time. And to be fair, it's easier now for you because you're playing with Winston. So before, it felt like you were used to always having a Winston, and so you were playing this style where you were just kind of thinking, oh yeah, like this has worked in the past for me. Why isn't this working now? And it's because you didn't have a Winston. So now that you have a Winston, you're probably more likely to succeed because now you're going to play the style of D.Va that you're always used to. So and that's kind of a thing I think a lot of players struggle with, is that, and I think this is why players always ask for other teammates to switch, because as a player, you want to play you want your teammates to play what you're comfortable with. Like, you're used to playing with a Winston, you're used to playing with a Mercy, you're used to playing with a Lucio, whatever. So a lot of times people say like, oh, switch, but I wish that players would spend a little bit more time thinking about, okay, I'm playing with the Zarya this game. How does that affect my play style? As opposed to, oh, like, screw you, noob, like, play Winston, Zarya sucks. So, so just kind of a side note from this video, try to think about how your comp works and play with that as opposed to against it, right? Like, you don't want to just be like, oh, like, I'm going to play the same way I've always been playing. Like, it should work, right? Like, no, that's not how Overwatch works. Like, you need to change your play style up just a little bit depending on the comp. And, sometimes it requires you to change it a lot. But more than not, just a small tweaks in your gameplay will allow you to succeed in a game where you normally wouldn't. Cool. So let's talk more about your stuff. So overall, I'm pretty happy with your gameplay. Not happy with your ultimates. That's probably your biggest problem. I feel like you use them a little bit too early. In my opinion, Diva ultimates are one of those ultimates that you actually want to save for a critical moment. So yeah, I would like you to I feel like you use them too early in your team fights. Just wait a little bit. Wait for those extra, like, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 seconds. Sometimes maybe 10 seconds for the fight to evolve a little bit more when people have used more cooldowns, and they're more likely to get stuck in a spot. Booster usage seems okay. Actually, this ult might be pretty decent. Oh, did everyone die? Sorry, I wasn't really paying attention to the kill feed. Oh, actually, no, that's a horrible ultimate. You guys have just got 3 kills, and then a 4th kill? Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I was talking, so I was looking at the kill feed, but that was that was not a good ultimate. So again, so your ultimate usage needs some work. So in that case, that was the opposite problem. You held onto it for too long, or not for too long, but you probably just didn't need to use it at all, right? Like, you could have just saved it and I use it for the next fight, probably to close this spot, to close point B or streets phase or whatever. Oh, good DM, good DM. Your DMs are pretty on point, except for that one time when you didn't DM for that Pharah who got hooked. That was a huge mistake, actually. So cool. Let's see. Decision making. So yeah, it just feels like your play style is a little bit too reliant on perhaps playing with a Winston, and that's kind of been the style lately. Like, Diva Winston's really popular. So like we talked about on Streets phase, when you were defending, when you went up on that balcony and they just pushed the cart, right? Like, that was a huge decision making error. So so yeah, so work on all these things. I think you can definitely improve on like your decision making, your ultimate usage, positioning. Definitely positioning, like we talked about on the last point when you were on defense, when you went up on the balcony. Instead, you had like a really clear opportunity to just create space around that wall for your team. Yeah, cool. So work on all these things. I think you can definitely climb. If you want, you can send me another video in like a few weeks, to see if you've improved or not, and we can go from there. So cool. I hope this video was helpful, and if you liked it, please subscribe. Thank you.